Hey guys, so welcome back to this lesson. It is going to be about how to set up your account. So the contents of this module are going to include the different account types that are on offer to you when you sign up to LinkedIn and create your first account, and also getting to know the LinkedIn features. So it's going to be sort of navigating the main menu from the homepage and also in your profile, and we will be covering in depth in later lessons the rest of the sort of ins and outs and the tutorials to show you how to do exactly each specific thing for lead generation. So what are the different account types? There's about 5 different account types, but I'm going to give you the basic sort of sections that it's split into. We've got the basic, which is the free version of LinkedIn that you sign up to. Even the free version does have quite a good usage. It's just not good for if you're going to be using LinkedIn for lead generation. So that's a basic free account. The second type is Sales Navigator. So that's going to be the one that I show you guys how to use in this course. Sales Nav is the best account type to get if you're going to upgrade to a premium account when you want to do lead generation and use it for what this course is basically about. And then the third one is Premium Business. So just to give you a sort of overview as to the different account types and what's included in each one, I have just put a table in here basically which shows you all the different account types. So it shows you LinkedIn Free, Premium Business, Sales Navigator Professional, Sales Nav for a team, and Sales Nav for enterprise. So as you can see, LinkedIn Free, you don't really get many of the features. You can only see the last 5 people that have viewed your profile, and that's it. And that is actually going to be a big part of what we do for retargeting people that have showed interest in us. So the free version wouldn't really be of much use to anybody who is watching this course. Next one, Premium Business. You don't really need to focus on that. What I really want to focus on is Sales Navigator Professional. So you can see people who have seen your profile, people who's viewed your profile over the last 90 days, and you also get 20 in-mails per month. In terms of the rest of basically the main features that Sales Nav has, I will be showing you in depth in a different video, as I said earlier. But just to give you an overview and to let you take a look at what's actually included, I just wanted to put this table in. It costs around $60 per month, so that's going to be sort of the extra cost when you're going to do lead generation using LinkedIn. It's going to be Sales Navigator, and then it's also going to be paying for the software, which is around $100. So $160 per month isn't really much compared to the return that you should be getting from this pool of highly qualified leads and people, sort of like a source for you to use. And now I'm going to hop into my LinkedIn account just to sort of show you how to navigate the main feed. So this is a home page. As you can see, sort of a few stats from my profile and also stats from my company page. If we start at the top, you've obviously got clicking on the icon takes you back to the home screen. And then we've got the search bar. You can use this bar to sort of do Boolean searches, which I will be explaining in a different module in this course. It's basically how to search for profiles that include and exclude certain phrases or types of people. But basically the main search bar where you can search for people, jobs, or content. If we move across, we've got obviously the home page, which is where we are now. This is where you can write an article on LinkedIn. So obviously if we open up that in a different tab, it takes you to LinkedIn Publishing. There will also be another module on LinkedIn Publishing, how that works and how to create your articles. And also if you just want to write a short update, you've got character limits on this, which I will also be covering. This is where you find that you can obviously add a photo, you can attach a document, or also do this, which is like want to recognize a colleague, send a kudos. Yeah, there. Cross this off, move across. So your network, this is where it shows you all of your connection requests. So I tend to get quite a lot. I get just above 100 every week, and I normally spend it takes me quite a while, about an hour every single week to go through all of my invitations, see who is a good prospect, see who could be a good lead for me, open them up, endorse them to obviously get endorsements back and bump that number up, and just see how I can start a conversation with them, do a little bit of background research. So yeah, this is the invitations. You can also manage, this will become important later down the line in the course. Basically you want to go, when you go on sent, it will show you all of the connection requests that you have sent out, and you want to keep the amount of pending connection requests below around 200 to 300 as low as you can, just because if you have a very high amount of pending connection requests, LinkedIn will see you as a sort of spammer that you're trying to connect with people that you don't know. And obviously LinkedIn is meant to connect professionals that know each other, have met each other, have networked, and that can provide mutual value to each other. So you want to keep your amount of pending invitations as low as possible. To delete them, you just basically select ignore or accept. So in this, it will be delete the 100 that you've selected. So that's your network area. In terms of jobs, you probably don't need to use this. This course isn't going to be about how to get hired on LinkedIn. It's for business owners who are looking to find people who are potential clients. So you won't really be needing to use this section. Go across to messaging. This is obviously where all of your messages turn up, where you can speak to people, engage with them, push them down the sales process, see who they are, what they do, sort of keep on top of all your messaging, obviously from the messaging section. Your in-mails will also show up here. So in-mails over here is when someone's used a token to message you when they're not a current first connection. As we just mentioned, you've got 20 in-mails available to you when you upgrade to premium account with Sales Navigator. So you'll be able to send in-mails to up to 20 people a month, people that you're not connected with, in terms of maybe you think they're a really, really good prospect, they've not accepted your connection invitation, or you're trying to lay down a little bit of rapport building before basically sending them down the sales process. So this is the messaging section. And if we go across to notifications, it's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, it shows you notifications of people who have viewed your profile. So I could click on here to see the views. On who's viewed your profile, it will show you how recently they viewed your profile, and also the engagement on your profile. So with profile views, I've had 1,737 profile viewers in the past 90 days, so around 3 months. And my profile views are up by 20% since last week. So you can go through here week by week and see how your profile views are doing. Obviously, the more profile views you get, the more your profile is being found by people either directly searching you or people who you have requested to connect with, who have seen your invitation, got curious and checked out your profile. So yeah, it kind of shows you people who have visited your profile and how recently that is. So I'll be showing you in a different profile how to use this for sort of retargeting them with messages, but it's a really useful tool to have. You can sort it out not just by all profile viewers, but also interesting views. So LinkedIn will recognize people that are interesting profiles that have viewed you, and it will show that basically this is a cool way to either see people that have authority within their industry, or maybe that you will have some really cool conversation topics, conversation starters to have with this person, and even as a way to flatter them, be like, hey, I noticed that you're a senior leader in XYZ industry, I really like this piece of content, etc., etc. We've got 31 interesting views. This comes up for me because I used to work at Keller Williams. So if you have certain companies attached to your profile, it will show you people that have worked there. Obviously, if it's within your niche, it could be good as a source of leads, people that have worked in your company that you can reconnect with, see if you can provide them with any different value than when you work together. And also it is excellent for getting recommendations. So I could go here, I could have a look. So I know both of these people. So I could open these up and be like, hey, I hope you're doing well, I hope work is going excellent for you at Keller Williams. I was wondering if we could do a recommendation for each other, seeing as we have worked in the same proximity at some point. Basically get recommendations from these people that know you. And it's a lot easier to do it for those people than approaching people cold. So people that worked at a similar company to you, or any interests that you have, self-employed, obviously it knows that I try and sort of find people who are marketing specialists. So it's actually selected 78 people out of those profile viewers that have the job title marketing specialist. So this is literally going to be a bunch of relevant leads to me that I can open up in a new tab and message them, connect with them if I'm not a first connection. So obviously it says next to their name, second, third, first connections, etc. And also these people, I know all of these people found me via like a LinkedIn profile. Either I was a recommended profile on the side of somebody else's who was similar to me, or they've actually been searching for a skill that somebody has, searching for people like me via Sales Nav, or just Boolean search, or just general search bar search, they've found my profile. So that's also very useful as well. So that's kind of how this works. Obviously, as I said, I will be going through this in detail as to what type of messages you should be sending to these people to retarget them in a future video. But for now, this is kind of the overviews and where you find everything for this section as to who's viewed your profile. If I go across to notifications again, obviously that's that section, who's viewed your profile. It also gives you notifications of people that have either had a birthday, a special event, or maybe they've had a new job promotion, any sort of news that they have shared and notified their LinkedIn network of will show up in your notifications. So it's a really good way to sort of stay in the loop with people. You shouldn't concentrate just on sending sales-related questions and messages. It's also nice to say happy birthday to people, congratulate them on anything like big or new in their professional or personal life or career, and it just kind of shows that you care about them generally and wish them well, not just when it comes to you asking them to like buy into your service or get on a sales call. So that's kind of how that goes. People that have followed you, people that have liked any of your content. So there's people liking my posts, then obviously all your earlier notifications, people that have endorsed you, etc. So yeah, that's kind of how this works. Then if I go across to myself on my profile, in a few videos time I will be going through how to optimize your profile, how to do all of this and where to find everything, so I'm not going to cover that all now. That's how you find your personal profile. In terms of work, so this opens up different LinkedIn products. So for example, if you wanted to do a slide share, do advertising, insights, learning. So there's loads of free resources for you to learn on LinkedIn on different topics here that are posted by either LinkedIn itself directly or other members. Then also groups. So this is going to be something that we are going to be using quite a lot, which I will be covering later in the course. That's how you find groups, the groups that you're a part of. You can create your own new group, or you can search for other groups. So basically, if I wanted to do gym owners, I would search, and then I would click on more and then filter it by groups. This is like the sort of filtering bar at the top, and then it shows me all the different gym owners groups, which are going to be where my ideal customers are, or other thought industry leaders that I could use to sort of see what they're doing, what's working with them, what's getting good engagement, and use that as inspiration for my own sort of marketing strategy. So that's kind of how you get to groups. The rest down here, if you want to add a different business service like advertising, posting job sales solutions, stuff like that, but we won't really need that here. Obviously, this is how you create a company page if you haven't done already, and that will show up here on your profile. So yeah, that's how you do this. And then obviously Sales Navigator is the premium upgrade that I mentioned to you guys just before. This is what Sales Nav looks like. I will be showing you how to use Sales Navigator properly in another video, but basically this is Sales Nav. You've got your home, you've got your lists, so you can create lists of either your network lead lists. So I have all my lead lists here, separated out by location, and then I have weekly alerts on so that when I need new lead lists with that search that I want to keep, that works well for me, that has good quality leads, I go here and then I wait for it to get close to 1,000, because when you use Sales Navigator, it will allow you to save up to 1,000 people in a lead list and export that into the software. So that's why I try and keep it to around 1,000, and then obviously I probably will have nearly run out of this search before. This was actually for a client that I was showing him how to create his own lead lists. So I saved it for him. I don't need this lead list, but for him, for example, he would go in here and see there's 1,000 new results since he last exported it, since he last saved this lead list, and he will be able to re-export this list and have 1,000 new people that match exactly the same criteria as what he specified before. So that's how that works. And yeah, this is kind of like Sales Nav without going into more detail about it until the next video. That's how you find Sales Navigator, and it also shows you your social selling index here. So your social selling index, also I just call it the SSI, breaks down how well you've established your personal brand, how well you find the right people, engage with insights, and build relationships with people. So it says here I'm 1 in Team SSI rank. That's because my company is small. I'm top 1% in my industry for my social selling index, and top 5% with my network SSI rank. So that's basically because I need to respond and engage more so with people that like my content, stuff like that. So I can basically like bump that up by doing that. But this is kind of how your SSI changes. Mine's pretty consistent because I tend to stay on top of what I do quite well. But yeah, that's kind of like how this works. And I will go back to this. Yeah, so I think that's kind of everything for this module. I hope you found it extremely useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.